I got this knife for about $13 US on Amazon.com. And when I bought it, I didn't realize that one of the pictures that they show there has a nice view of this side of the blade, which allows you to see that it's marked 440C stainless compared to the usual 440A that you get for super cheap knives like this. So that has the potential, not the guarantee, but the potential to be harder, better quality steel than 440A if it is hardened decently and if it is an honest descriptor there. First impressions were very good on this. I was worried about the G10 scales being sharp around the edges, as they tend to sometimes be on very quickly produced knives, but these outermost edges are the sharpest of them, and they're not sharp enough to worry me ergonomically. And I can get a good grip on this, and there's nothing that gives me that little warning feel, like a little bit more, a little faster movement along the side and it'll cut into me. It just doesn't feel like that at all. Actually feels quite good in the hand, and the shape of the handle gives me enough room to hold it in different ways. Even though there's no jimping on the back of the blade back here on the spine, this curvature gives me a good place to get a good grip with or a good stabilization with my thumb. I can choke up on it like this. I can come back farther, use it for chopping, which I actually did. But for chopping, I mean, this isn't really a chopping blade, but this gets in the way just a little bit. Yeah, it starts to get, as a matter of fact, you might still see a little bit of redness in my index finger there, right where that was kind of going. But most standard grips are going to work out pretty well, and I think that this will work well for different sizes of hands as well. Now, I did try this for chopping, just a simple, something that I use for just casual testing every once in a while, a 1x2 piece of pine, nothing special, pretty soft stuff. But typically with 440A blades, the real cheap ones, you can tell the difference in sharpness. If you get it really good and sharp, to a fine razor edge, shaving edge, and you go through something like this, it won't be as sharp when you're done. Well, with this one, unfortunately, I didn't do a before and after, and I'm not really going to get into the sharpness tests just with my quick looks at, these aren't really performance tests, but I did kind of performance test this one, and it's still able to go through paper. It's not great, but to be honest, I actually didn't get it much better than that to begin with. Basically what I'm getting at is, to me, from what I feel and from what I've seen, it has not lost anything. It does seem to be a harder steel than the typical 440A stuff in these really, really cheap knives that you can get for, under 20 bucks. So far, I'm pretty happy with that. The balance feels pretty good to me. The fit and finish is very good. No movement back and forth in the blade right there. Everything is nice and tight. I like this stone wash finish on here, which actually extends in to the liners and the spacer back here. And the action is good with the spring mechanism, giving you tension at just the right point, and see it actually pulls itself in, so that's good for safety, very good for safety, and yet it deploys quite easily and with a nice solid feel to it. All told, I am extremely happy with this for the price, and I think that it gives you a phenomenal value for $13. Anything up to $15 to $20, I think you're still getting a very good value, better than most knives of this price. So I'm very happy with this purchase, and I will definitely look for MTech 440C blades again in the future. They should put it down in the description so you don't have to look so carefully.